My 1994 Toyota Supra, imported from Japan, has been missing for the last few months. Now it's time we roll the footage back so we can see why.
I'm not leaving, bro.
Bro, yo.
You, bro! Hey, I got his plate.
No way, guys. This guy just smashed into the Supra. And he dipped.
So the short answer to where the Supra has been over the last couple months is it's been at the body shop. I've had to go back and forth with the insurance for the previous clip as it was in a hit and run. It was obviously not my fault, so there's no reason that I would be liable to those damages. The ironic thing is the car was gonna be gone anyway. So with that being said, the car's been at the body shop, and the Veilside components are very hard to get. They are not readily stocked in the States. They're typically made to order over in Japan with anywhere from like a 12 to 18 week lead time. You're talking a couple months. The insurance is very adamant about getting damages fixed immediately. That way they can wipe their hands with the claim and be done with it all together. And I don't blame them. I haven't had this car for about 2 or 3 months. I do drive it more than most people would, as much as it is a collector's car or JDM legend. I bought that car to enjoy it and to drive it around, take it to shows. I want people to see it. I want other people to enjoy that car as much as I do, not just leaving it as a driveway or garage queen. Now, in the midst of this car being at the body shop, I did obtain a sponsorship. A lot of you are familiar with Sabon Carbon. I've been working with a good friend of mine, Ryan, over at Sabon for the last couple years now through Throttle, and I expressed my build in the car that I have with them, and they were very much on board to help complete the vision that I have for this car. Now, that leads me to the next part. This car, assuming it can meet the deadline, is going to be featuring in SEMA. And just like every other YouTuber in the automotive industry, it is SEMA crunch time. We have a little over a week left to get this car completed. It has already been sprayed. Now, here's the catch. I have changed the color of the Veilside Supra. It will no longer be white. It no longer has the gold decal livery on it. And I have a lot of parts to add to this car and basically change this build entirely. This is pretty much turned into a full restoration. I've bought brand new trims, moldings. Basically, if it's OEM and it can be replaced brand new, I bought it. So if you guys want to see more Supra content, make sure you subscribe now. I have a bunch more videos coming in store for that. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the other cars. So as you can see behind me, we have the S13. The S13 is arguably about 90% done from being able to take it to the track and start drifting it. Now, downside here is I have not filmed hardly any of this process. It's because I've been very dedicated to just getting this car done. A good friend of mine, Ian, has been helping out with a lot of the wiring. I'm not a wiring guru, I don't pretend to be. So to give you guys a bit of an update of what we have done with the S13, the carbon fiber dash has been in and out of this a million times. I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but we did order a carbon dash as well as Haltech everything. So we have a Haltech 2500 Elite ECU, Haltech cam pad, Haltech IC7 dash display, a brand new AEM wideband, PartShop Max Hydro, shout out Tommy for hooking that up, as well as a replacement front Z32 caliper. Just to give you guys an idea of what this dash looks like, we have the recessed in IC7. Here's our new wideband. Here's the cam pad, and that obviously sits in here. Now, one of the other things that we've done is I've gone ahead and used a truck bed liner all through the interior. And from a standpoint of driving, it had no texture to it. It was very slippery. So if I were to get any type of moisture on the bottom of my shoes, my feet would be sliding everywhere. That's not something that we want. We went ahead and bed lined the entire interior of the car. It looks great. I'm not crazy about the white. It got super dirty super quick. We also got the hydro installed. We have some lines that we're gonna have to run for the reservoir and tidy up some of the wiring that Ian and I have been doing. He should be coming over, I think, tomorrow with his, I don't wanna call it a harness, but it is. It's basically a completely rewired thing that taps into everything that we added, all the sensors, etc. We did get the Sabon carbon fiber hood installed. I did get this cut out for the hood dump as well. That's running off of the tile wastegate. Shout out Chase Bays. We have our oil catch can here. We also have our coolant overflow reservoir tucked in back here. The brackets are nice. They make a bunch of universal ones. It's powder coated in a really nice black finish. The catch can comes with the ANs. Now, in the process of getting this on a base map, when Ian and I were messing around in the Haltech tuning software, just trying to get it to run well before we get it to its Pro Tune, we're running into an issue with the TPS, not the tire sensor, the throttle position sensor. It was reading without any touch of the throttle, and it was being really wonky. And what we noticed is when we told the ECU software to stop recognizing that sensor, the car's rough idle and kind of fuel and things like that magically stopped. So we were led to believe that it was a faulty sensor. Cannot get replacement sensors for the 1JZ anymore. They're super hard to find, but Drift Motion, shout out Drift Motion, they actually make a billet adapter that goes into the throttle body that lets you utilize a TPS sensor from, I believe it's a Tacoma, which you can still buy brand new, and that's what that looks like here. So I've got that wired up. This is all good. I don't know what you guys can see it, but we have the flex adapter down there as well. We will be getting this tuned to E85 at some point. I also updated all the hardware. The guy who had the car before me had some really shitty hardware on this wide body kit. I'll be honest, this wide body kit was not like, it was not efficiently installed either. I've been doing a lot of cleanup on this car from the prior owner. A word of advice, don't buy someone else's project car. Start from the ground up, lesson learned. In the interim, I saved a pretty good chunk of money. It's been a good learning position for me, but save yourself some of the headaches that I had to go through. So body kit's on, it's updated with hardware. The Origins body kit's on. I actually threw my old Subaru wheels or work CR Kais to give you an idea of what that looks like. Now, I don't think we're gonna be able to run these wheels. If we do, I'm gonna have to get a 10 mil spacer. What's happening is front wheels are hitting the strut assembly, although they are clearing the brakes. So we're probably gonna have to figure something else out. But these are also 19s, so I don't know that I wanna run 19s on this setup. I think I'm gonna go downsize, probably like an 18. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to take some measurements and really figure out how to dial this in and still clear the calipers and all that good stuff. Other than that, once Ian comes over tomorrow, we have to bleed the brake system, get all the wiring in, put the dash back in, and I'm gonna have to modify the seat bracket because I'm only 5'7" and I'm struggling with reaching the pedals with where the seat mounts are currently. So basically I'm gonna have to modify the seat mount, get my brand new Sparco seats that are sitting over there onto their Street Faction side rails, modify it to scoot the seat up some, and then we'll be good to go. So the goal here is to be drifting this car within the next 2, 3, 4 weeks roughly. I can't foresee any reason why we won't be able to get some seat time finally. It's been long awaited, and I'm super excited to get you guys some drift content as well as the Supra content. I don't have much planned for the Subaru. I'm kind of at a ends meet where I don't really know what else to do with it. So I don't think that we're going to be able to do anything further with it at this time. There's some weird guy driving by and just staring at me. One thing I have not shown you guys with the Subaru is Jordan over at Circuit Demon hooked it up. We got some custom headlights made for the Subaru, which I think entirely changed the look and made it that much more aggressive with the front end. We have blacked out housings. These are what they call their Stage 2 headlights. I'm going to show you guys this. It's Bluetooth controlled. Go on, turn this on. Look at that, guys. That's so sick. We also have the Saite Street logo etched into the lens. I think that's absolutely insane. The detail of this car, it's slept on. You guys have no idea. So come to conclusion, the Supra should be done in the next week or two. You guys are going to have more content on that. We have more content coming for the S13 drift content. Hopefully you guys enjoy that as it comes. That's going to be a whole new learning experience for me. I do not know how to drift, so arguably I have an overbuilt car for an inexperienced driver, but I think that's going to make it that much more fun as we kind of hiccup and learn the ways. And the Subaru is the Subaru. Maybe I need to buy something else. Maybe it's time for another car. If you guys enjoy content like this, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free to do so, and you can always change your mind later. That being said, this has been Tyler. I appreciate you watching, and have a good weekend.